Hi everyone, welcome to Billy Fitzgerald Golf, and today we're going to talk about setting up a practice station, what these sticks mean on the ground, why they're so important, what these intermediate targets mean for me, and how to practice. And I see it every day on the driving range, is that people are hitting golf balls and there's no alignment sticks, and I'm pretty sure there's probably no target. So when you get out on the golf course, it's not real. All we're doing is just trying to hit that big field out there, and it's not really going to help your golf game at all. And you wonder why when you get out on the golf course, we can't control your golf ball. So just to look over what these sticks are doing, the very first one is what's in front of my golf ball. Okay, so that's my target line. What's on my target line is my golf ball, my target, my intermediate target, and my club face. That's the only thing that are on my target line. Myself, I am not on my target line because I'm not standing on top of the golf ball. Even though a lot of people will try to aim their body at their target, if you do that, your club face is going to be probably about 30 yards right of it, right? So if you do hit a good shot, it's going to go 30 yards right. So we have to compensate somehow. So we want to make sure that when you're practicing, you have good feedback and you don't keep practicing the wrong thing, and the ball's going to give you information. It's not going to lie every single time. So there's always going to be truth when you hit it, assuming that you're lined up correctly. So we've got this target line, and then I've got two more that are out in front of me. Okay, so this is on my target line, this is on my target line. And the reason is that because the target's never going to look correct. Okay, because you're not looking, your eyes are not on the target line, and I'm not standing behind this way. So when I look at from behind, when I stand behind and look at it, that's pretty easy. It's like me shooting a gun this way. Okay, I can see that pretty good, but that's not how you play golf. So when you play golf, you basically have to line up like this. Okay, so you have to get used to the target not looking correctly. That's why this is so important. Step one, before you even start to swing, we've got to make sure that we've got some alignment sticks down. Now, the next one, so I've got one in front, I've got one behind, just so I'm aware of what's going on. I'm aware of that infinite target line. The next one that I would have is one between my feet and my golf ball. That is to look at my shoulders and my hips and my eyes. Are they parallel left? Because if any of those, okay, my shoulders need to be parallel left, my hips need to be parallel left, my eyes need to be parallel left of the golf ball, because if any one of those are not, okay, so if they're this way or that way, it will affect my swing. So if my eyes are way in here or way out here, right, I promise you that's where the club's going to go. If my shoulders are, if they're closed, if they're open, my arms are going to follow that path. Same with my hips. Now the feet can stagger a little bit. If you want to have, your right foot drop back a little bit, that's fine. Your left foot drop back a little bit. You see a lot of the best players in the world do that. Maybe it's something that you're working on, it'll help you. Staggered feet are okay. The rest of them are a little non-negotiable. And the last one that I would say is very important when you practice is this noodle. Okay, because what it has to do is it has to deal with my start line. So for a right-handed player, when I set up correctly, I want to get the golf ball to go just so you can see that's inside. Sometimes I even put it right on the line. So just inside this purple line, or even to the right of it. So that's kind of the variance I have. And if you're just starting out with this, and let's say you come over the top all the time, maybe the window's bigger and you start to go in, and you can have, a little gate here that you hit it through. That's for another video, which is basically a homemade TrackMan. But that one is for right-handed players. We need to start the ball to the right of the target. So we've got to get good at setting up to the ball. Set the face first and then your body. You don't want to work around, you don't want the face to work around your body. You want to do it vice versa. So again, we've got our alignment sticks. We know that it's correctly here from behind. Now when we step into the shot, how we step into it, how you use your eyes and how you step into the ball is going to be, again, really important. So once I've got my grip, the very first thing, and you can see that I'm not left of the golf ball yet, but I open my stance and I come in from this way. And how I start to use my eyes is down this line. I've got to try to train my eyes this way. This way is going to be so much harder. So we've got our intermediate target, we've got our grip, and now the very first thing I do, that's why we've got to have an intermediate target, because again, it's not going to look right, is we aim the face first. Okay, then we step into the shot. Now when I look up, these sticks over here are going to look well right of my target. Okay, so again, it's never going to look right. We've got to get used to that, being okay with that. Okay, so what that starts to have me do when I set up to the golf ball, it gives me the picture of, okay, where do I have to start this ball? I've got to get lined up correctly and start it to the right of the noodle. If you just did that, I think you would get so much better, because it's going to train you, it's going to train your body, train your club to react to something instead of just hitting out in an open field. So my suggestion is, once you have some kind of practice station, we've got a target, we've got intermediate targets. We set up to the golf ball. Okay, so the first thing we do is you use your eyes correctly. You aim the face first, and then you step into the shot. Again, I know it's going to look right, but that's where you want to feel like you start the ball. So if we made a practice swing, I'm going to do something with my body so I can feel like I can start it again out to the right. So have something down when you practice. Have a target to begin with. That's one of the things that I respected Jack Nicklaus for the most, is he never hit a golf ball without an intended target, an intended ball flight. You know, he saw every single shot, low, high, left, right. You know, what was he trying to do with the ball, instead of just getting up and swinging at it? Of course it's easier to go out in that field, hit it out in that field, but that's not what the golf course looks like. If you want to get better, you've got to have some discipline with your practice. You've got to set up, you've got to make it real enough so when you go out on the golf course, again, you're just going through what you practice here. So do this. I know this is going to help you tremendously, even without, you know, getting real technical with it. If you just set up correctly, align correctly, and try to start it out correctly, once you get on the golf course, it's going to be a whole. For more tips like these, or to schedule a live lesson, visit me at billyfitzgeraldgolf.com.